Good morning everybody, it's Christian from Serene Education with the 4 majors analysis update for the 25th of August 2011. Hi folks, just going to go over the 4 majors, starting with the Euro against US dollar on a daily time frame using the CTC strategy template, that of 6 time frames. The rules are blue arrow, blue bar, and the CTC on either side are to be blue to give us a signal. Then you add your support, resistance, trend lines, etc. like that to give you a better idea of trade entries, exits. Okay, so daily, what has been happening? Well, we've been heading into this week and pretty much stagnant. We've had a bit of movement just recently at the right hand edge, but you can see the price action has been squeezed between 2 points, and we saw the prior day. What would that be? That would be Tuesday's break higher. Yesterday we have a spinning top of some sort sitting on the opposite side of the fence now. If you can find a push above that, then great. Ideally we're still looking for that break and close above 4,500 to give us a definite indication of further upside movement, with clear next target roughly at the next target roughly 100 pips away at the 14,500 mark, and then after that, well, we could be looking at another one at 14,700, and ultimately the highs at 1495 or the 14,800 to start with. CTC for this time frame, the daily is still positive. We have noticed a lot of slowdown. We got some very important news on tomorrow. Well, it actually starts today. The Jackson Hole. So we're going to have the people are actually sitting down and discussing further stimulus package for the US economy. There's a meeting at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It's attended by a whole lot of central bankers and finance ministers. It's the meetings are closed to the press, but there's usually some talk along throughout the day. It's from the speeches are from central bankers and other influence officials, which can create a lot of volatility in the market. And we're seeing the slowdown because it'll give us an indication of what possibly could be the next step. There's talk around that there might be possible QE3, QE4. Ideas from Bernanke himself. Will those happen? Will remain to be seen. But you can see what the chart's telling us at the moment now, we are seeing and we're still finding a very strong resistance level at 14,500. Until it's actually broken and closed higher than that, then I suspect that we're going to see a failure at this level. I'd like to see a break and close higher to confirm that we're going to see further upside movement. Otherwise, the longer it goes sideways, the more likelihood is that we're going to see a break lower. If it was still that much bullish, we should have seen a break sometime now. So it's got to happen this week. If not, if we could see a rollover, another bearish engulfing, then we could see ideally the next first target being roughly the 14,500, 1430, and then right down here at the 14,1500, and ultimately at 1400 to start, or the institution moving average, and anything trading lower than that, well, it's breaking out this massive consolidation pattern, and then we could be looking at ultimately targets at 13,800, there's another big one here at 13,500, and ultimately here at 12,900. So got to break above the resistance level. Failure to do so would see further consolidation with an outlook possibly of further downside movement to come. You look at the 4-hour chart, you can see that we're posting higher swings. However, we've now testing that bottom end of that uptrend, and we're kind of testing it quite often now. So momentum wise, it's kind of stagnated. I get that feeling we're seeing of it. It needs to break above 14, as I mentioned, to actually confirm to us that we're going to see further upside movement. Failure to do so, you can see a lot of wicks. So trading within this band here, there's this consider the band there. You can see a lot of wicks, etc., to the upside, faking people in. That's what I mentioned. We need to see a definite break higher and close with a lot of bullish intent. And until we get that, then there's probably no trade. It's because we could see there's a lot of resistance here. Bang, 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 bang. A lot of it over here, and we've had it in the past. So are we going to see a repeat of that for price to move to the downside, and we can actually capitalize on that, or we're going to see a nice break higher with price moving higher, and we can capitalize on that move? But until such time as it's trading above 14,450 on a very bullish up candle, I'm going to stand aside and wait. On our smaller time frames, we're starting to see indication of possible change in market sentiment. Our hourly is now red. The 30-minute is red and consolidating. 15 minutes is red. We have blue, but still consolidating. We've got to see a break and close above 14,2500, or a break and close lower than 14,385 to see further downside movements on this pair. You can see the difference here I mentioned. Break above 14,2500 would look at clear possible targets at 1447 or the 14,4900 mark. Next pair is the sterling against US dollar. Yesterday we had a very bearish down candle. You can see that price fell to hang on to those levels at 16,4500. I mentioned it had to stay above that to still look positive, and we've had a break and close lower. Doesn't bode well, especially now that we're looking. This is at 1645. It was a potential very strong resistance level in the past, and we're hoping for price to bounce on that to push higher. Failing to do so has now put the price back into a negative outlook, and we must look at the uptrend here as a potential target. So we're looking at roughly the previous support and resistance levels at the 16,2500 as possible target to the downside. We've seen a lot of support and resistance in the past at this level. We've seen one just closer here. You can see where price just tested the support and resistance there. Break below that would definitely see price trading all the way down to 16,2500, would bring us back to the uptrend in this case. So intraday we should be looking for potential shorting opportunities to 16,2500. You can see, as mentioned, there we go, prior is support, breakout, resistance, breakout, support. So you can see that would be our next target for this pair. So CTC has just gone on 4-hour red, hourly red with consolidation band, the 30-minute red consolidation band. You can see quite a noticeable consolidation band over the past. So definitely consolidating in this band. Would like to have to break higher than that or lower than that to definitely give us an idea of where price is likely to go to for the remainder of today. The CTC is red. We've seen a break lower, quite a significant break during yesterday, and we should look for possible further downside movement to occur intraday for the remainder of today. Next pair is the US dollar Swiss franc. You can see that 80 is still very much a strong resistance level. Price, however, is trying to do another attempt at the upside. You can see the US dollar still gaining strength against the Swiss franc, which has been very negative over the past couple of months. We are now in that area where we're going to start seeing the downtrend being tested. So this very strong line here, and you can see the resistance level at the 80 mark. So price needs to be trading well above those two areas, ideally above 81 or 8200, to give us an idea that we're going to see further opportunities upside. We have got our blue arrow, however we still haven't got a blue bar, or the CTC on the other side is still blue. So we're still in an uptrend. We're still in a correction stage intraday on this pair, but ultimately long term we're still negative. So got to break above all those areas and ideally close above 81 or 8200. Until such time it is still looking bearish. We have a lot of news out. Well, we have, as I mentioned, meetings this afternoon that start way through tomorrow in Wyoming, the Jackson Hole meetings that are taking place, which could really swing things. We could see either way something happening. Oh, well, we'll definitely see it on the US dollar Swiss franc if anything of substance actually comes out of that. So until Further notice, we're going to see either 80, the longer it stays around this area and finds resistance, then you can see a price falling over. We do need to see a break and close higher than that to confirm further upside movement. If not, we should be looking for further shorting opportunities for the remainder. You can see 800, very strong resistance. We've seen price consolidate into the upside, higher swings. There we go. Swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high. So it's just swinging. If it fails to break above 800 and close very strongly, then we could ultimately be looking for, this is consolidation under the ceiling, this major resistance, only for price to fall to the downside in the latter part of this week going into next week. Okay, the last pair of the day is US dollar Japanese yen. Let's have a look here. You can see a lot of indecision recently. Doji, spinning tops, the whole bank shoots roughly around the 76.50 mark, but we have started seeing the US dollar gaining a bit of strength recently, breaking this consolidation band. A lot of resistance in this area, very conservative, a lot of spinning tops, doji, spinning top, doji. We had a bit of movement, but nothing really all that fancy. We want to see a break above this. We need something with a bit of conviction. Looks like the US dollar is making a move against the yen. We are seeing a break out of this consolidation. Is it short term? We are still very much negative. We have come from a high end, and we're still trading, and we've broken a very strong resistance level support area at the 80 mark recently, and we've traded lower. We also did consolidation band, but we are seeing stimulus in the US dollar, and it has gained a lot of strength recently against most of its trading partners, and especially the yen. We do need to see further upside movement. Hopefully we can see price continue to the upside, so intraday we could possibly see opportunities of some nice trades. If you look at where price is trading now, a lot of resistance support, so it's broken above that band. If you can stay above these areas, 76.95 as a support area, then we can see price pushing higher. Potential targets for this particular pair, what are we looking at? We're looking at price testing the 50% now at 77.15, but ultimately looking at 100% at 77.50 as a potential target for this pair. That would be 100% of this initial move here, this breakup move. So make a note of that. 77.50 could be quite good. Let's have a look here. 77.50. We got bigger time frames. That's the hourly. 77.50 would take us back to another support and resistance level in the past, and close to the institutional moving average on our 4-hour time frame. So CTC hasn't gone blue yet. We have got, the only thing that's missing from this pair is the CTC on the other side. We have a blue arrow, blue bar on the 4-hour. The hourly is all systems go for further upside movement. Candle trading at the moment on hourly is quite skittish. That's primarily because we're heading into these news, well, into the meetings at Wyoming today, Jackson Hole for the remainder of today and tomorrow. Notice, however, price is failing. There's a definite resistance level currently at the, what are we looking at here? 77, 700, what's it? 71, 2, 3, 4, 74, no, 77.40 mark. We don't want to be faked into a trade only for it to go sideways, down again. So just be aware of that. A lot of people being caught in this. Ideally, we want to wait till the 30 minutes so we get a nice bullish up candle here on the 30 minute to confirm price direction, and then we'll looking at further trades. Higher swing, higher swing. We want to be on this side of the trade line. Oops, apologies, wrong one. To see further indication of further upside movement. Otherwise, we're going to be potentially be faked into trade for price to go against you. A lot of wicks here. These are just fishing. See that? Fishing for things for any price to go against you. So don't want to be caught in that. We want to see a bullish engulfing just to confirm that, and then we'll place our trade to go upside. That's it, guys. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. Please ensure if you're using the CTC strategy that you use it correctly and you follow it up with strong money management rules. And most importantly, enjoy your trading. Be aware, Jackson Hole meeting starts today, so we're going to have a lot of volatility in the market. A lot of speculation is going to be hanging around. I think we're going to get some clear indication of what's likely to occur, especially on the Bernanke side. It's going to happen stimulus-wise for the US economy, and possibly what the next plan is for the European. So take it easy. If you don't need to trade, I would not trade, rather wait for the news to come out and then we trade the news, because then we'll definitely get a clear indication of price movement. We have seen huge gold falling, silver, commodities, precious metals taking huge losses the past 2 days, as speculations out there that there seems to be a lot of positiveness coming out of the markets and seeing a lot of growth taking place globally. So people are actually selling their gold and in turn investing it back into shares and currencies. So yeah, be aware of that, and most importantly, trade serenely.